Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So it would seem Amber Heard is looking to settle the case fully with Johnny Depp. This kind of came out of nowhere. I don't think a lot of people were expecting this. I mean, it literally just randomly started. They'd already started the appeals process, so I'm a bit confused by this. But let's dive into this, just to have a look. This is interesting. This is part of an ongoing thing this year, Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. I covered it quite a lot. I will say as well, just from the off, guys, please do check out the second channel. I do live streams, obviously. Not obviously, some people don't get notified. I hate YouTube. But I chop them down into clips. You'll find it linked in the description box. Mistakes Reviews Live Archives. Please do check it out. But let's dive into this now, I guess, shall we? So, Amber Heard is going to pay $1 million to Johnny Depp in settlement of the legal battle. Okay. Not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting at all. Amber Heard will pay Johnny Depp $1 million to settle their long-running legal battle in which each accused the other of domestic violence. The sum is a significant reduction from the $8.35 million she was ordered to pay after a 6-week trial in Virginia earlier this year. The payment is expected to come from her insurance carrier. I don't get it. Is this him being too nice? Is this him saying, don't worry about the full amount because you can't pay? I mean, she's broke. She's got no money. So is this that? Maybe? But again, being the ever nice chap, Depp's attorneys said that he will donate the money to charity. So that's lovely. And they had previously said that the case was never about the money for Depp. In her own statement, and this is the annoying thing about this, I don't get why he's settling with her, because even in her own statement, she said that she lost faith in the legal system, and she also said that the settlement spares her the ordeal of further litigation that allows her to finally emancipate herself from their marriage. Basically, still being a peen. This is the statement. After a great deal of deliberation, I've made a very difficult decision to settle the defamation case brought against me by my ex-husband in Virginia. It's important for me to say that I never chose this. I defended my truth. Her truth. And in doing so, my life as I knew it was destroyed. Didn't you destroy someone else's life? Forgive me, as the world's smallest violin plays just for you. And I give no shits. The vilification I have faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways in which women are re-victimized when they come forward. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not the case at all. And most people that lambasted you on social media were victims of domestic violence. And that's what's really important to note in all of this. With the people that were running to Johnny Depp's defense, generally speaking, were victims of domestic violence themselves. And they just didn't respond to your version of the events, Amber. Your truth, as you called it, which isn't the truth, which does mean it is your version of the events that transpired. And people didn't respond to it. It has nothing to do with, you being vilified on social media and that being a representation of how women are re-victimized when they come forward. That's utter nonsense. Now I finally have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I attempted to leave over 6 years ago, and on terms I can agree to. Why does he agree to this? And then she even says, I have made no admission. Yeah, we gathered. Because of course you were going to spin it this way. I have made no admission. This is not an act of concession. Why did Johnny Depp agree to this? There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward. No, but I bet you're not going to want to talk about it so much, are you? Probably not. And not only that as well, Why did he agree to this? I'm disappointed that this didn't go to appeal. And the reason why, and this was always the thing that I was looking forward to about this, is that if it had went to appeal, it becomes, and he won, this is the important thing, and Johnny Depp won, is that it then becomes case law, something which can be cited, right? And that would have been hugely beneficial to any person who's being defamed and claimed domestic abuse against them, etc. Was also being domestically abused, right? It would have been cited as case law. You can then use it to bolster your own case moving forwards. And that's what I was really looking forward to with this. I don't get what Johnny Depp gets out of this. Sure, he gives it to charity. Fine. Depp filed a $50 million defamation claim against Heard in March. I don't get it. I don't get it. Heard had already filed a notice of appeal with her attorney citing errors made by the court. However, she's now agreed to withdraw her appeal. In a statement posted to Instagram, which we've just gone over, there are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forwards. Oh, did she actually say more? Oh, she did. Oh my god. Sorry, I didn't see this bit. I make this decision having lost faith in the American legal system. Why the fuck did Johnny Depp agree to this? Why is she still talking? Where my unprotected testimony served as entertainment and social media fodder. My dog stepped on a bee. When I stood before a judge in the UK, I was vindicated by a robust, impartial and fair system where I was protected from having to give the worst moments of my testimony in front of a world's media. And where the court found that I was subjected to domestic and sexual violence in the US. However, I exhausted almost all my resources in advance of and during a trial in which I was subjected to a courtroom in which abundant direct evidence that corroborated my testimony was excluded, and in which popularity and power mattered more than reason and due process. It's not the case at all. It's not the case at all. In the interim, I was exposed to a type of humiliation that I simply cannot relive. Please, we'd all have a good laugh. Please. Please relive it. Please do it again. The memes just wrote themselves. Even if my US appeal is successful, the best outcome would be a retrial, where a new jury would have to consider the evidence again. I simply cannot go through that for a third time. Time is precious, and I want to spend my time productively and purposefully. For too many years, I've been caged in an arduous and expensive legal process, which has shown itself unable to protect me and my right to free speech. Ugh. I cannot afford to risk an impossible bill, one that is not just financial, but also psychological, physical, and emotional. Women shouldn't have to face abuse or bankruptcy for speaking her truth. What women? Her truth? First person, third person, second, what's going on? But unfortunately, it is not uncommon. In settling this case, I'm also choosing the freedom to dedicate my time to the work that helped me heal after my divorce. Work that exists in realms in which I feel seen, heard, and believed, and in which I know I can affect change. I will not be threatened, disheartened, or dissuaded by what happened from speaking the truth. No one can and no one will take that from me. My voice forever remains the most valuable asset I have. Well, certainly not your face anymore. Used to be. I'd like to thank my outstanding appellate and original trial teams for their relentless hard work. I want to thank everyone who has supported me and turned my attention to the growing support that I felt and seen publicly in the months since trial, and the efforts that have been made to show solidarity with my story. Any survivor knows that the ability to tell their story often feels like the only relief, and I cannot find enough words to tell you the hope your belief in me inspires, not just for me, but for all of you. Thank you. See you soon. And yet she's probably limited replies as well on there, by the way. So Depp representative said, "We are pleased to formally close the door on this painful chapter for Mr. Depp, who made clear throughout this process that his priority was about bringing the truth to light. The jury's unanimous decision and the resulting judgment in Mr. Depp's favour against Ms. Heard remain fully in place. The payment of $1 million, which Mr. Depp is pledging and will actually donate to charities, I love that, reinforces Ms. Heard's acknowledgement of the conclusion of the legal system's rigorous pursuit for justice. Love it. Love it. Don't love the fact that he settled, I'm not going to lie. Would have liked this to gone to appeal and become case law. But there you have it. Maybe this is actually the door closing now. Maybe you will never see another Depp versus Heard video on this channel. But it's interesting nonetheless. What do you guys think? I don't think he should have settled. Yeah, I don't think he should have settled at all, actually. But never mind. Interesting nonetheless. Cheers, ladies and gents. Drop your thoughts down below. Check out my second channel. Take care.